Hey guys, Kevin here in rural Japan. So I'm my last day here. Probably gonna be leaving in a couple of hours, so just walking around, taking some video footage of the small town to show you guys. I'm out with my daughter. We're hanging out. A little sign here. This is a be careful, students or children may be crossing the road. There's a shrine down here where every fall they have a harvest festival. Danjiri Matsuri. I've taken a few videos there. You see there's a post office. You see the red mailbox? That's a post office right there. It's Monday, but it's Golden Week, so it's closed. A very modern home. This is the only convenience store in the area, and it's closed for the holiday. But there is a new supermarket that just opened up nearby, so I'm sure that's open today. But you can still buy a pack of smokes and a can of Coke if you want. Now you'll notice a surprising lack of traffic. That's because it is a Golden Week holiday. Shall we go this way? What do you think, guys? Or yeah, let's go this way. Let's see what's going on down here. Rena, let's go explore, okay? My daughter turned a year old last week. Pretty awesome. She's such a super little kid. And I've been really enjoying this Golden Week holiday. Back to the old company I used to work for, I get a lot more holidays than I did working for the city of Osaka, where I was a direct hire ALT last year. I'm back teaching at an international school, so we get more holidays than, say, for example, Japanese schools or Japanese companies. So it's been a wonderful opportunity for me to just spend time with my daughter. It's an older home, huh? But it's got new tiles on the roof, new roofing tiles. Look like they're probably just a few years old. Wow, look at that house. That's beautiful. Extremely big. And again, as I've mentioned in some other videos, since I've been coming down here, I can't imagine how much time I would have to put into, how many hours a week you'd have to put into maintaining a house like this. You'd have to be rich enough to have a handyman. Or be a handyman yourself, that's the thing. I'm sure most of the people who own these houses are pretty handy. There's a swallow. Hello, barn swallow. Subume? Is that right? Subume? I could be wrong. I know Suzume is a sparrow. Subume? Subame? Subame? I don't know. Swallow. Man, she's asleep. Well, I'm gonna pull off to the side of the road here. There's a truck coming. Again, one of those kind of omnipresent white little farmer trucks. Very nice. You want to get stared at in life. Walk around with a camera and video blog. You want to get stared at more? be a foreigner in a small village in rural Japan. There we go, again, one of the little white trucks. You have all these, a lot of the houses to cool them down in the summertime. Lots of doors, sliding doors that they open up. And then you've got a very modern house being built right here, under construction. Well, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna go this way. Loop back. It's a modern house being built. Oh, did you notice that there's like a little shrine here in the corner? Community notice board. It's a really nice house here. Check that out. Actually, it might not. Is it a house? I don't know. There's a pole for the Koinobori, Koromono-hi Children's Day. If you have a son in your home, you put up the carp streamers or the carp kites. Oh, this might be a temple or a small temple, I think. Yeah, it's a temple. See the bell. Yeah. It's a small temple. So yeah, guys, lots of good things happening these days with I'm just realizing I've got spider webs in my hair. The Just Japan podcast doing well. We're now on Stitcher Radio, so Stitcher.com. You do a search for Just Japan or Just Japan podcast. Also, if you do have if you're one of those people who don't like using iTunes, most people do download the Just Japan podcast using iTunes. But if you don't like them, if you don't like it, you can get the free Stitcher app for your iOS device or your Android device, and then you can just listen to it. Yeah, just do a search for Just Japan or Just Japan podcast, and the show will pop up, the podcast will pop up. Also, Mully, Warmouth Strat, up in Shizuoka, his podcast, Mully's Place, is on there. And then my another friend of mine who's a podcaster, Steve Miller, over in Korea. His podcast, Asian News Weekly, that's also on Stitcher, so you can find that there as well. Interesting. Just everything's interesting for me, and probably for you too if you're watching this video. To the side I go. Car coming. You just have to find yourself stopping a lot. How much else you can do these? Wow, look at that little shed. Interesting house. Kind of an ugly modern house with a really ugly yard. Okay. We coming up back to that main street where that little tiny closed convenience store was. Okay, I was gonna turn this off, but why not just make it a real long walking touring video, right? I mean, this is fun stuff for you guys to see. It's fun stuff for me to share. Beautiful, beautiful house here. It's a modern house. A modern, like a newly built. Oh, there's a combine. A small combine harvester for the rice fields. Yep, this one's combine. Some guys on a motorcycle behind me. Here's a shrine where they have that festival every year. So I think the local village here, Nakamoto, their danjiri's inside that shed. That's very interesting. I'll probably be here this fall again for it. Last year when we came, it was pouring rain. Oh, it's kind of that older house with a lot of the houses have like a compound in the middle. Because you might have a few generations traditionally living in a farmer's house. You might have like on the bigger side, there's like the family, and then on the smaller side, like the oldest son and his family lives there. Traditionally, it's not so much the case anymore. Wow, look at this. I don't know what the historical significance is, but there's clearly some. I wonder how old this is. Pretty impressive. Well, I would go down there, but not with a baby stroller, pushing with one hand. There's my daughter's sock on top. She pulled her sock off and threw it, and some old guy yelled to me, saying, "Your daughter threw her sock off." Up on the top of that hill there, you can see there's a modern housing development up there. They look like their houses dropped from America into Japan. Over here though, that's not the case, is it? Oh, look at down there. Does it feel like you've just stepped back in time? So I'll be heading back to Kobe soon, back to the modernness. And I've recorded quite a few of these kind of longer videos, just rambling through some kind of rural streets and fields. So I'll be releasing those every few days for you guys to enjoy. Wow. Oh, there's a little maple tree. Japanese maple tree. They call it a momiji. Momiji. A very old community notice board. I don't think it's used very often. It's seen better days. It has seen better days, huh, folks? As have I. I'm doing alright this morning, but yesterday was a pretty rough day all day long because I arrived Saturday morning at Ellie's family place, and then Saturday night there was kind of like a family reunion. There were so many people there, and we just got hosed beyond belief. And here's some old shop of some kind. This was an old shop. See the awning? Yeah. Now there's an old refrigerator in front of it. Alright guys, well I'm heading down towards the main road, and there's a bit more traffic there, so I need to be careful pushing the stroller. I'm going to need two hands to do that, so I'm going to turn off the camera now guys. Thank you for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Me just kind of a relaxing morning walking through a village in Japan. Click like if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the BusanKevin channel. Go check out all the links below, of course. And remember, if you're interested in Japan in any way, shape, or form, go subscribe to the Just Japan podcast, okay? The link's below where you can subscribe in iTunes, or just look for the Just Japan podcast on Stitcher Radio. Later.